I'm Stephen Mayne, welcome to the Mayne Report. Rupert Murdoch held his News Corporation annual meeting in New York on Friday. And after News Corp shares plunged 60% over the year, you'd expect it would have been a fiery affair. Alas, it only went for 53 minutes and only 2 shareholders spoke. My representative, Mikey Halliday, who did a good job asking 3 questions before getting shut down, and the increasingly nutty Evelyn Davis, that 80-something former sex worker who passes as America's most famous retail shareholder activist. Now, we all struggle with crazy Jack Tilburn ruining AGMs in Australia, but have a listen to Evelyn on Friday talking about housing the American poor.
People can't afford a decent down payment. They should rent, and they should no longer lend to people who belong in public housing.
And here she goes flirting outrageously with Rupert.
Can you make it as brief as you can, please, Evelyn?
Of course, my dear. I see you only once a year. My heart is broken the rest of the time. What shall I say? I'm sure you'd like to hear that. I hope Wendy isn't here. I get in trouble with her.
And she's rather full of herself too.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm a consummate Washington insider. I have been there for 40 years. I know what's going on. In fact, they think at Smith Barney I'm the smartest investor.
Evelyn's 20-minute contribution to the AGM added precisely nothing to proceedings. But my man, Mikey Halliday, did well. Have a listen to what he got Rupert to say about B Sky B's disastrous investment in ITV.
Could we hear from James about what went wrong with the big ITV play at B Sky B?
James would probably be somebody to shut up, but I would point out that the purchase of those shares in ITV were totally within the law. There was a special law indeed passed to make sure the Sky didn't buy more than 20%, and it did not buy, 17%. And then it got passed out into some quangos and rules, and all the politicians are saying, oh, nothing to do with us. And it's a huge injustice the Sky has suffered.
The UK papers lapped it up. Mikey also got Rupert to defend 28-year-old Italian-based opera singer Natalie Bancroft.
And I would like to ask some questions on behalf of Stephen Mayne, who sent his apologies for this year. Chairman, we agreed to appoint a member of the Bancroft family to the board as part of the Dow Jones acquisition. The selection of 27-year-old Natalie Bancroft, a professionally trained opera singer based in Italy, raised plenty of eyebrows. Could we please hear from Miss Bancroft about what value she added to the board and how she regards progress at Dow Jones?
I think Miss Bancroft is... she's welcome, but she's very modest. I would simply say that she is one of the most diligent new directors I have ever seen. She has been to all branches and all arms of the company and made very close examination of it and has deep knowledge of the company already.
We even had Rupert talking about the debt on the family's shareholding in News Corporation.
Thank you, Chairman. Actually, this is more of a general question with regards to the Murdoch Trust. In light of what happened last week to Sumner Redstone with that margin call on part of his holding in Viacom, what level of debt is the Murdoch family carrying on its controlling stake in News Corporation, which is now worth less than US $3 billion?
We have no debt at all.
That's never been revealed before. Now, Mikey had another 5 questions lined up, covering everything from Barack Obama, Fox News, Dow Jones, Lachlan Murdoch, and even whether this book was right, Rupert's Adventures in China, how Murdoch lost a fortune and found a wife. We wanted to know whether Rupert had read it. Have they really lost billions in China? But alas, the Sun King was incredibly undemocratic on Friday. He promised there would be genuine questions and answers at the end of the formal address. Have a listen.
There will be a question and answer period when you may ask questions not related to the proposals being considered at this annual meeting.
If that wasn't enough, he said it again 6 minutes later.
There will be a general question and answer session following my presentation, during which you can ask more general questions about the company.
Alas, with my man standing at the microphone ready to go, this is how Rupert summarily shut down the meeting straight after his formal address.
Thank you, stockholders, for joining us today. I'm enormously proud of our accomplishment in 2008. And I now invite you to ask any questions you have
Mr. Chairman,
for me on the team
Rupert?
behind me.
I don't think we need to do this. We've already gone through.
You've gone through that? I'm sorry. Okay. It's gone right around. Well, I now declare the meeting closed. Thank you very much.
That's democracy for you, Rupert style. Yes, let's all invade Iraq to give them a bit of democracy. But when it comes to News Corp, 70% of the shares on issue don't have a vote. And Rupert can't even put up with a normal set of question and answers just once a year, as the law requires. Well, if the battered share portfolio recovers over the next 12 months and we get a few more paying subscribers, we're aiming to come to New York for round 11 with Rupert Murdoch, since our annual shareholder meeting battles began with the Sun King way back in Adelaide in October 1999. I'm Stephen Mayne. Just keep doing your best.